Hold on. We ain't live. Now we live. Go.
What's good, everybody? It's your man Chris, aka Apocalypse. Y'all see me throwing it up, bang. Bringing back another edition of what we call Monday Night Mayhem, where we celebrate 80s and 90s heyday professional wrestling. Taking a trip down nostalgia lane, if you will, dusting off the cobwebs, digging in the crate, reaching back in the vault, and researching the 80s and 90s heyday of professional wrestling. Focus group discussion. This is not a top 10 list. This is not a debate show, okay? We will take some jabs at each other from time to time. But like I said, we're trying to keep this an open forum discussion. This is coming via the new faction, Blurred Minds Media. All right. Check everything out as far as Blurred Mind Media. Go to YouTube, like and subscribe. We also got some things popping off on the gram, trying to expand on that, in the future. But for right now, gotta get those minds blurred, y'all.
Blur them minds, brother.
Yes, sir. We Blurred Minds Media because it's a play on words because there's a lot of madness going on in the world, and it's a lot of BS to have to sift and filter through, and we want to help contribute to that. And one of the ways we want to do that is bringing y'all another edition of Monday Night Mayhem. We calling this one Tag Team Mixtape Volume 2. Okay, kind of running with the mixtape theme. As far as the concept of Monday Night Mayhem, got a couple of tag teams we want to discuss. I alluded to before on previous broadcasts. No matter what the subject matter for the edition of Mayhem we're doing that night, we do our diligence. We fact check. We do plenty of homework. We note take. Okay, it's a lot of information to filter through, so we got to sift it down some and compact it in a presentable manner. We don't want to overload you. We want to inform you and entertain. Okay, so with that, where is my man J Wall?
Right here, man. I'm always riding shotgun.
Okay, what's really good with you, J Wall? How's it been?
Oh man, everything's everything. I was on the YouTube streets earlier, checking out different videos of these tag team matchups that you are going to lay out today. But in the background, we got another UHOA brethren. You ho, Mr. Somebody got to say this shit. The host with the most, Mr. Irk the Nerve. We're gonna bring him in right now. Irk, what's happening?
What up?
What up, Irk? What's been good?
I ain't on shit. Doing a little riding right now. I'm Nerve, aka Mr. Somebody. Everybody, somebody gotta say
Boom, 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 boom.
Damn, damn, you sound like him.
Griselda, let me segue real quick. It's Monday night. It's my Tennessee Titans versus Apocalypse's Buffalo Bills. And if there was ever a time Nashville should run a train on Buffalo, it's tonight.
Oh, man, we're not having that. You know what I'm saying? Fell short in the AFC title game falling to Kansas City last year. Bills trying to build on that. Tennessee's trying to get in that way. Y'all already know Bills Mafia. It's going down Monday night. Shout out once again when you talk about Buffalo and upstate New York. My man Benny the Butcher, Griselda, all right, the whole movement. Y'all already know what it is. So the Bills Titans going down. J Wall, we might have to.
Fuck Buffalo Bills. Fuck the Titans. Go Eagles.
Oh, in the NFC least. And that trash ass division.
Steak eating motherfucker.
Geno's or Pats? Which one? You know what I mean? For real. Yeah, y'all trash, bro.
Hey, it's silver, green, and white on mine.
Okay.
Hey, real fast before we get in that, look, you want to do a friendly wager now? Winner has to loser buys the winner around at Roosters.
Man,
I'm with that.
My team.
What happens? Either I'm buying your beer, you're buying my brother. We're gonna find out tonight.
Okay, J Wall, that's a bet. That's a bet for real.
Last time my team was the shit was the early 2000s.
T.O. and Donovan McNabb and Andy Reid and six
It's
straight.
over. I'm just.
You know what
I'm
really
just,
hurts my feelings as a Titans fan and the Eagles? Why y'all take Javon Curse? You didn't have to offer him no money. That was my defensive end, God damn it. But hey, real quick before we get rolling, we got another guru, another mastermind of the motherfucking squared circle. Our boy, you all know him and love him. He was on here last time and he's going to keep riding with us. It is my guy, Uncle Eugene. What's happening?
What's up, man?
What's going on? What, you at a party?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, man. I like that headset, man. We can hear you a lot better than last time, my friend.
Huh?
Well, you done got the color joints too. What you got? Some Beats by Dre?
Something ain't right. I can see you, but I can't hear you.
Oh shit. Hold on.
Can you hear us, Uncle Eugene?
Anybody? I might have spoke too soon on the headphones.
Can you hear us, Uncle Eugene? Can you hear us?
Mic check, 1, 2. Who is this?
Yo, mic check. What's good?
There we go. He jumped out. He probably jumped back in.
Okay, yeah, because you coming through clear on my end.
It's probably something to do with that headset. It's all right.
Okay.
Hell. We're going to figure it out.
Ark, you still here?
I can hear you loud and clear.
Oh, fuck. Come on, bro. Like, American Idol's over, man. Like, for real. Stop.
Motherfucker, this is Star Search. What the hell are you talking about?
Oh, he took it back to Star Search. Damn. All right,
this
y'all.
is Monday night at the Apollo.
Oh, Monday night at the Apollo. No, it's not Monday night at the Apollo. This is Monday Night Mayhem. This is Blurred Minds Media, okay? Trying to get the week started off in a positive fashion. If it's all right with you, Jay Wall.
Jay Wall. Hold on.
Okay.
Hold on. Jay Wall. Every time he says it's Mayhem, you supposed to show something. What's going on?
Honestly, my fingers don't move as fast as our previous producers did. So give me a second. I'm all over it.
There we go.
I might be late, but baby, I'm always on time.
Way to bring the graphic back. You know what I'm saying? Way to bring the graphic back, giving the viewers a little visual.
There was a badass motherfucker who made this for us way back in the day, and he stepped his game up since then. But let me tell you, if it wasn't for him, your shit would look like Betamax.
Right. Okay. And for all you kids,
he said Betamax.
And for all you kids who don't know about Betamax, guess what? Jay Wall just gave you fuckers some more homework to do. All right.
Matter of fact, if you're watching an 80s, 90s wrestling tribute show and you don't know about Betamax, get the fuck off our show.
Yeah,
you're too young. You still smell like piss and Similac.
Jay Wall's every second sentence makes me feel like a fucking dinosaur.
Jurassic Park ass motherfucker. But shout out
just remind me how old we really are.
I know. But definitely got to shout out Earth the Nerve, Mr. Somebody, because everybody is somebody. Check him out, and somebody got to say this shit, or as I like to refer to him, the master of the boards, the originator of graphics for Monday Night Mayhem and assorted programming. All right, so
thank you, Mr. Apocalypse. Thank you, my brother. Thank you.
Now, if it is okay with the panel, and we will hopefully get Uncle Eugene back in an expeditious manner, but for right now, I want to kick it off. It's Monday Night Mayhem, man. Blurred Minds Media. We back in the building. Okay, I'm gonna get it started. Going in chronological order. So, Jay Wall, if you could please cue up first tag team. We will discuss Rick and Scott Steiner, aka the Steiner brothers. Let's get into it.
We going there off the rippy. I like your motivation.
Like I said, with the list as a whole, I'm feeling chronological order. You know what I'm saying? There they go.
These fellas. You talking about these fellas?
Those guys. Those guys right there. Yes, those guys. Okay. Rick and Scott Steiner, the Steiner brothers. Rick had already laid down a foundation after they both had worked the independent circus, which is NWA, WCW signing. He was a mid-level jobber under the Varsity Club, and Kevin Sullivan, somebody we referenced in one of our Managing Mayhem show a little while back under the U-Ho banner. He was a lovable heel who eventually made a babyface turn, taken in by the fans. Breaking away from the Varsity Club and Kevin Sullivan, venturing with his solo career. Now, here's where the formation of the tag team is official. Okay. Is that the one and only JD in the building?
Yes, it absolutely is.
The Tennessee legend himself. Hot damn it. What's up, player?
What's good, man? I see y'all talking about the college heroes.
Yes.
I like to call them.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that amateur wrestling background, both very successful. They tenured at the University of Michigan, hometown boys, Bay City, Michigan. All right. But fast forward a little bit.
Let me ask you.
Go ahead.
Apocalypse. Did he actually play for Michigan?
Yes, they both actually wrestled at the University of Michigan.
No, did Scott actually play football for Michigan as well?
That is a good question. I think I got a little more homework. That's some digging I'm gonna have to do. But definitely,
I don't think he did.
I don't think he did. But now a lot of guys had a football background. Ron Simmons played at Florida State. He was actually a 2-time All-American. Goldberg had a brief career, I believe, with the old LA Rams. Dr. Death Steve Williams, another staple. We talk about WCW. He definitely played for Oklahoma University. All right, but I don't think either of the Steiners played football. But they both actually did wrestle, using that amateur wrestling background to differentiate themselves from other tag teams. It really starts at Scott Steiner's first in-ring appearance. Okay, because like I said, Rick had already broken from the Varsity Club and then already had a solo career. Introduced them as a tag team. You have to go back to January 1989. Okay, this was the Chi-Town Rumble, and Rick had a solo match. Yet Scott Steiner accompanied him to the ring. Later on, they picked up the manager known as Missy Hyatt, doubling up on another female manager, Robin Green, who a lot of y'all will remember under her wrestling moniker Woman. Okay. After turning through the ranks of some jobbers and some mid-carders, they grabbed the attention, getting their first title shot and securing it against the Fabulous Freebirds. Uncle Eugene referenced Michael PSA's earlier last week with his awesome origin story as far as the Stone Cold Stunner. Michael P.S. Hayes is going to be referenced in this show probably later on down the road. But real quick, from 88 to 92, definitely dominated WCW as far as feuds in the tag team division. Started with the Fabulous Freebirds. They had get-ups with the Midnight Express. Of course, Doom was a tag team. I actually watched a match with the Steiner brothers and Doom earlier today from an event in Washington, D.C. I think it was early 1990.
I can hear it better now.
While the Steiners lost that match, they became crowd favorites, mixing that power game and that amateur background submission style. Scott, even though younger, kind of took charge of the tag team, not just in ring, but behind the scenes. Definitely athletic when you're talking about pulling off a move as big as he is, aka the Frankensteiner. So this is still his pre-Big Papa Pump days. Cowboy Bill Watts, senior executive of WCW, basically reneged on the money when it comes to contract renegotiation, hence their WWF jump. That happened in 1992. They were in the WWF from 92 to 94. Their actual debut happened to be on, coincidentally, the first actual episode of Raw. Okay, that's January 93. during those 2 years, they secured 2 WWF title reigns. Yet there was some manipulation, of course, from Vince McMahon behind the scene. Even during their 2 title runs, he was trying to groom Scott for a solo run and trying to regulate older brother Rick to basically a mid-card jobber position, which didn't sit well with the brothers, of course. Seeking employment, they had a brief stint at ECW throughout '95, returned to WCW from '96 to '98. That's where things get a little weird. Feuding with Luger and Sting, Harlem Heat, of course, Hall and Nash. With Scott suffering an injury, I believe at the end of '96, going into '97, Rick had to maintain a solo career. When Scott came back, everyone noticed how much bigger, particularly in the upper body and arm development, he had been when coming back from his injury.
Muscles on muscles on muscles.
Yes, obviously the precursor to what we would known as Big Papa Pump. But like I said, and there was no secret; it was obvious. But as far as career highlights, quick rundown. As far as WWF and WCW, they held the World Tag Team titles 5 different times. There was briefly a U.S. Tag Team title, just like the single U.S. title in NWA and WCW. They held that 1 time. Twice overseas World Tag Team title holders in the New Japan promotion. And like I mentioned earlier, 2 WWF title reigns as well. Thoughts, feelings on the Steiner Brothers panel? Let's get it.
I thought one of them went to Ohio State.
They both went to Michigan, bro. They're from Bay City, Michigan. Bay City, Michigan.
I know Bay City, Michigan. I thought one of them used to come out with Ohio State wrestling uniform on, and one of them used to come out with a Michigan wrestling uniform on.
Never happened.
Yeah, no.
I must have been smoking too much weed back in.
Yeah, you trying to start a fight, boy.
I swear I must be smoking too much weed because I would have swore for the last 15 years that I thought one of them motherfuckers went to Ohio State and one of them went to Michigan.
Well, like I said, Rick started in what was the Varsity Club with Kevin Sullivan and Mike Rotundo. Now, Mike Rotundo, who also had an amateur wrestling background, and he represented Syracuse University.
Yeah.
That might kind of play into your confusion or whatever, but both the Steiners are hometown Michigan boys.
Well, you know, it wasn't no loud back then. It may have been that Babbage we was smoking.
That Twig and Lee.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Uncle Eugene, what you want to say about the Steiners?
The Steiners, one of my favorite tag teams ever, and 2 of my favorite individual wrestlers. Enjoy the shit out of Rick Steiner. Remember seeing him when he was in UWF?
Yes.
Where Sting came from, and Sullivan grabbed him up from there.
Right.
And that was a little bit before the Varsity Club.
Mm-hmm.
And they both had left there when Eddie Gilbert was there.
Yep.
And they both had left to come
Eddie
to the
Gilbert was still running UWF. Wasn't he still the basic main promoter then during Rick Steiner?
Yeah, he was doing, but he was still wrestling. Yeah.
Right. Go ahead, Joe. Sorry.
But yeah. Scott as Scott Steiner and Scott as Big Papa Pump. Could draw the heat as Big Papa Pump, and fans loved him as Scott. So, man.
But yeah, as like I said, sorry. Go ahead, finish it up.
No, go ahead.
No, I was just saying, just as a even as a power tag team, like I said, I think what set them apart in ring was their amateur background experience. And pre Big Papa Pump days, Scott Steiner was very athletic. I mean, the Frankensteiner.
Yeah,
as they referred to the Hard Corona.
Yeah.
I mean, there are cruiserweights or Lucha Libre that have trouble landing to get moved. even before Big Papa Pump, I mean, Scott Steiner's coming in weighing like what, 245, 250 at least, right? So
Absolutely.
go ahead.
Absolutely. And then their back room in the locker room, they said they were menaces, both of them. They would torture people. Everybody was afraid of them.
Locker room, everybody except Ron Simmons.
Yeah, they were afraid. Everybody was afraid of them except for Ron Simmons.
Ron Simmons is the one guy they knew not to cross backstage.
Yeah, and Haku.
Yes, and like I said, it's funny bringing that up because one of the Steiner brother matches I did watch, it was a world title match against Doom. They lost to Doom, and I just remember their rivalry, and those were a lot of great matches between those two, and just the way the Steiners could showcase their in-ring ability.
Oh yeah,
impact, in crossbreeding with that amateur wrestling background. I mean, there were so many variations of suplexes that they displayed.
Oh, yeah. Rick was the man on the suplexes.
Oh,
like
yeah.
Taz. Rick and Taz are my two favorite people to see do a suplex because no telling where it's going to come from.
Do you remember their double team move? It was similar to the Doomsday Device from the Road Warriors.
Yeah.
Where Scott would pick up the opponent and have him on the shoulder, but instead of a clothesline, it would be a bulldog.
Bulldog,
yeah. Rick, the dog faced gremlin. Love the Steiner brothers, man. Like I said, even in focusing on the heyday, I mean, the story does get a little torrid. Because toward the end of their WCW run, Scott does eventually turn on Rick.
Yeah.
His NWO inception, totally transforming to Big Papa Pump. If you really go back and look at the blonde hair, the short crop cut, the blonde goatee with the black dye job, think superstar Billy Graham.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like not nearly as good with a microphone as Billy Superstar Graham.
Horrible mic skills.
Yeah, but Billy Superstar Graham didn't have the wrestling ability that he did either.
Right, but I'm saying when he transformed to that Big Papa Pump, and like that short blonde crop cut and that the goatee and that whole look with the shades, I'm like, oh, that's Superstar Billy Graham he's trying to do.
He did, but Billy's, like I said about Dusty Rhodes, he had a little soul to him. Billy Superstar Graham had a little soul to him too. Yeah, he can hang on. Yeah, he been in there with the brothers somewhere.
Right. It's kind of a darker story with the Steiners. Like I said, once Scott made his NWO turn, Rick eventually left WCW. Well, I mean, his contract actually was not renewed, which happens to a lot of times when you see a guy no longer in a promotion. He went back to New Japan, bounced around the independent circuits. Y'all know Scott ran with that NWO till the end. They had a brief reunion at the WCW's last show, officially billed as the Steiner Brothers once again. I did some more some really digging on homework. They had even went back to New Japan as a tag team once WCW folded. They've been on some reunion circuits, independent circuits. I think they even did a match under Booker T's independent circuit. I want to say 2016, 2017. So that was a cool little tidbit to find. But overall, when you talk about their heyday, their height between their WCW and their WWF runs, Steiner Brothers, innovators, game changers when it comes to the tag team division, no doubt. All right, so that's the first single we dropping on tonight's mixtape, Tag Team Volume 2, and the mixtape.
Apocalypse.
Yes.
If I could say real quick,
what's good?
As a teenager coming up in my maturation,
okay,
the Steiner Brothers were scary to me.
Oh yeah,
they wasn't scarier than my favorite tag team, which Apocalypse knows who that is, but they were definitely scary.
Yeah. Well, I think, like I said, no doubt, one of the things that made them stand apart. We talk about other power tag teams, so like the Road Warriors, like Doom, like later on Harlem Heat. That amateur wrestling background. So with that power move set, and yet and still variations of suplexes, the ground and pound game, okay, the technical game, technical submission game. Once again, that precursor to Big Papa Pump. Early, in the Steiner Brothers height, that's when he first developed that Steiner recliner. Okay, the Steiners were scary. Okay, and whether it's a mid card or a top notch opponent, it's really hard to find a really bad Steiner Brothers match where they didn't perform at a top level. Nailing their landings, hitting their bumps, knowing when to switch the heat, all that. You know what I'm saying? Playing to the crowd. Steiner Brothers, all-time greats when it comes to tag team. Mixtape, volume 2, man. We keep dropping it, man. Next single on the mixtape, J-Wall, I Am Ready, okay? Because this is an interesting origin story. Got to give it up to the brothers, Booker T and Stevie Ray, a.k.a. Harlem Heat. Let's get it.
Harlem Heat, my friend. That's where we're going with it now?
That is where we going, baby. There they go.
You talking about these fellas?
Those fellas, those brothers right there. Game changers in so many ways. I can't even name, bro, but I'm going to try to maintain a level of stability here and not get overly excited, all right? All right, y'all. Harlem Heat, just like everything else we do on Monday Night Mayhem, the homework was extensive. A lot of backstory before their WCW debut that even some of that even I was unaware of. I'm gonna start off with the early days. All right. They started off in what was the GWF promotion. All right. Discovered by the manager Skandor Akbar. Pretty sure that's just his billing name. I don't think he's actually Middle Eastern. He's probably actually some guy from shitfuck Iowa. Point of the matter is,
shitfuck Iowa. That sounds exactly where some wrestling cats came from.
Right. Okay.
Hey, right now, the whole town of shitfuck Iowa is
No, they're not. They're happy. They just got mentioned.
You just pissed off a whole
like,
city.
Shit, they shouted us out.
So
we made a whole new town of fans.
So you're talking like what? All 10 of the residents of shitfuck Iowa? The fuck? I'm done with y'all. No, I'm not done with y'all. All right, but look, let's get it. Like I said, early days, GWF, which was an independent promotion at the time, in an 18-month span, they actually secured 3 title reigns in that promotion. Okay, definitely catching some eyes when their contract was up, aka free agency. Okay, WCW '93 debut. In researching this origin story, it brought back some weird memories. This is a guy I think we should have featured on Managing Mayhem. His name was Colonel Rob Parker. Now, any old white man named Colonel, and you talking about a Southern-based wrestling promotion in one capacity or another, racism has to become part of the storyline. And this one right here, y'all, oh my God. For their WCW debut, they dropped their names Booker T and Stevie Ray and referred to themselves as Cole and Kane. The reason being is, Irk, you're really going to love this because I know how much you love overt racism. The storyline is the Colonel Rob Parker had won these wrestling slaves in a card game.
What the fuck?
And what year was that?
1993. This is their
No
their
way. No way.
Everybody want to be mad at me. Like, I didn't do it.
Unbelievable.
Why is it unbelievable?
is 1993, and you won wrestling slaves in a fuck. Oh, come on, man.
I know, Uncle Eugene. As hard as it can be a shock to the system initially. And so when I'm reading it, and I'm like, I don't remember this part of their career.
I don't either.
So I did it even a little more digging. Couldn't find any actual video as far as matches, but I did find some still promo photos as them as the Cole and Kane characters. It was so ill. Since they were wrestling slaves, they were actually coming to the ring in chains.
See, some history is too much damn history.
Somebody got a wicked echo. Just mute yourself when Apocalypse is talking, G.
Okay, so
I believe that's my guy Eugene, man. I think you got the echo, my friend. I've been playing the mics in the background, and
well, Jay Walski, jerk.
You got the echo, my guy.
You are the master of the boards now.
Okay. Why you think every time you do the echo, I'm pushing buttons, my guy?
All right, come on now. You gotta be a little bit fast on the shot now.
Look, hey, check this out. I just muted your ass.
Uncle Eugene, you back? Is Uncle Eugene back?
Yeah, he's on there.
Okay.
I see you.
I got a surprise for your ass on Witch Dr. Wednesday, jerk.
Oh. So, but anyway, this was Booker T and Stevie Ray's WCW debut. Of course.
Please tell me you got the picture loaded up, though.
No, I don't. I actually found those last minute. I know follow-up show for real, but eventually that storyline.
Was this around the same time the movie Roots came out?
No, this was 1993. The original
when did Roots come out? It had to be like late 80s, early 90s.
I'm gonna have to tell you, shut the fuck up. The original Roots ran an Avengers series on ABC, 1977.
For real? It's that old?
For real.
Holy shit.
Written by
I really thought it was newer than that.
Written by that Masonic FBI agent.
It had the Reading Rainbow Cat on it. I didn't think it was that old.
A&E Network did a reboot in 2016.
Yeah, that's trash. It had fucking hip-hop music in it. Are you crazy?
I know. But now, of course, that storyline was dropped for obvious racial sensitivity reasons. So in
purposely engineered. Thank you, Alex Haley.
Well, so
I don't give a fuck what nobody says. Chicken George is my guy.
Chicken George. Really, we're going on a Roots rant now, y'all. See, I knew when I found out this part of their origin story and revealed it on the show, it was going to spin totally out of control. I knew it.
No. Because the quantification of the urination within this nation has led to a toleration of the proliferation.
He's fucking retarded.
Yeah, he is.
One fish, two fish, red fish.
Idiots.
Oh okay, so
fucking P, you fucked up for even doing that shit.
So, all right, y'all, we're gonna try to get back on track. So,
what's swine smelling fine?
Where? Overt racism.
This is pure mayhem.
This is straight mayhem. We are not playing games with y'all. Blurred Minds Media back in the building. Earth the Nerve. Mr. Somebody, because everybody's somebody, and he got to say his shit. JD.
Okay, but hold on. Apocalypse, I got to ask you, though. See, now, like me and Uncle Eugene feel like that shit is unbelievable. But then again, it is absolutely reasonable and unreasonable, but it's absolutely reasonable in the time that we're living in because they had a fucking Iron Sheik.
Right. And a Russian.
And a fucking Nikolai.
A mad Russian runner. Right.
Yeah, you know what else? they didn't have a black champion until Ron Simmons, and I don't even know when that was, but that was like, good God, in the late '80s, maybe early '90s.
Well. Like I said, when I watched
Hold on, Tony Atlas was never champion.
Tony Atlas was never a world champion. I believe the only
Are
singles
you
title.
serious?
No, I believe in NWA. He had a couple world TV title runs, and I believe US title, but it never had that world title. Similar to the
world tag team titles.
Right. I think he may have had a couple of world tag team titles, but as a singles wrestler, no. But yeah, man. And then, like I said earlier, when we were talking about the Steiner brothers and one of the matches I watched with them, Pioneer and Black Tag Team Doom, the first black tag team to ever have any version of the world tag team titles, blazing the way for brothers like Harlem, who we're discussing right now. So now we're done with Colonel Rob Parker and the Cole and Kane slavery storyline. You flash forward to '93. They're making their names out of the mid-card ranks, okay? Because some of the top faces in the company, like Sting, like Lex Luger, that have been giving them the business, okay? So while solidifying themselves as heels, it still led to those bigger opportunities and talking about working their name up the cards, whether it's weekly on the programming and then even in pay-per-views, okay? Taking on Sherry Martel as their manager, they changed their name again from Booker T and Stevie Ray to the official billing of what became Harlem Heat. And y'all know that's when things really got hot. Some of the story rivalries they ran through. Sting and Luger, they were a tag team through a good portion of WCW's heyday. They had several tag team title runs. That's the team they feuded with. I mentioned the Steiners earlier, of course. All right. Later on, talk about the Outsiders. Eventually, that led to a split similar to the Steiners. Booker T's solo career was starting to take off. The first symptom of that was via injury suffered by Stevie Ray. During that time out, Booker T earned his first singles title, the World TV title. Y'all know that led on to bigger and better opportunities. It was still weird how they worked together, because not too long after Stevie Ray's return, of course, just like with Scott Steiner, he joined the NWO. They still remained close. And like I said, I always felt that was a weird dynamic, but I guess that they had been through so much in the industry up to that point, being able to separate personal and business. Quick rundown of their in-ring accomplishments. This was serious homework. All-time record holders as far as WCW and their any iteration. So what are you talking? Georgia Championship, NWA, and then eventually WCW. Any iteration of their world tag team title. This team, Harlem Heat, holds the record. So if Booker T became the five-time WCW World Heavyweight Champion, prior to that, as a tag team, him and Booker T and Stevie Ray secured 10 world tag team title reigns. 10. Okay. Also 7 world TV titles. 6 of those held, of course, by Booker T. High impact team, once again, physically kind of in the mode of when you talk about the Road Warriors. Okay. Yeah, solidifying their own style. Booker was definitely the more athletic one when you talk about high impact moves like the scissor kick, you know what I'm saying? Occasionally doing the 450 splash somersault off the top rope. Stevie Ray was definitely the muscle. While Booker was more entertaining, I always felt Stevie Ray had just this really mean streak about him. I think some of that had to do with lack of opportunity solo. Anytime that he did come back, whether there was an injury or things of that nature. But overall, man, Harlem Heat, there is no way you can deny their greatness. There's no way you can deny their impact on the industry as a whole. All right. And there is no way that they weren't gonna make the final cut of tonight's mixtape when it comes to Volume 2 Tag Team. Harlem Heat. Can somebody hit me off with some thoughts and feelings about them?
Now, were they actually brothers?
They actually were not brothers.
Yeah, they are.
No, they actually were. The Huffman brothers. Actually, yes, you're right. Their first billing name as a tag team, they used their name, the Huffman brothers.
Okay, because people would want to know that.
Yeah,
Thank
and
Go ahead on you,
Stevie Ray was the one that wanted to wrestle, and he talked Booker T into coming out with him.
They actually are brothers, and Show Enough is the daddy.
Show enough. Kiss my Converse, bitch.
You playing right, Eric? They daddy really ain't named Show Enough, is he?
No.
I was about to say, because boy, if that ain't some country backwoods shit, that daddy ain't Show Enough. That's what my mama called him, because every time he come through, he Show Enough got her together. That shit ain't right.
Show Enough.
No, what wasn't right was that whole Coley and Kane storyline with the Colonel Rob Parker. That was my dad lost.
I mean, but it makes sense, Apocalypse, man. We've spoken about this once before, man.
What, overt racism?
The blatant overt racism. Overt racism only works in wrestling. It's fucking hilarious. It's fucking hilarious. Razor Ramon.
Hey, Parker, wasn't he on the Memphis scene with Lawler?
See, I remember Colonel Rob getting his start, like Uncle Eugene said, the whole Mid-South region. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But when you talk about that first national push, that NWA, WCW banner. Matter of fact, he had a tag team called the Stud Stable. Yeah. And there was actually a storyline where them and Harlem Heat were battling, of course, over the titles. And as part of the storyline,
the show is a porno name, the Stud Stable, and that's a porno I don't want to watch.
No,
I promise you that.
No,
that sounds like a goddamn. That sounds like a Chippendales in a shady part of town.
It's like, okay, if
Chippendales, don't never let your bitch go to the Stud Stable. She'll never come back. Show up and looks like a dick.
Like if you like you talk about the location in Louisville, if you replace Coles with the Stud Stable, bruh,
that motherfucker would have been closed years ago.
Man, but as part of their storyline, when the Stud Stable and Harlem Heat were beefing over the titles, they worked a romance in between Colonel Rob Parker's and Sherry Martell's character. He eventually left his tag team to help co-manage Harlem Heat with Sherry, to be with Sherry. That storyline, eventually, when they was like, screw that, and on a Monday Nitro, they just stomped the shit out of them and sent them packing. But like I said, Harlem Heat, man, innovators, game changers, perfect combination of power and athleticism. Really is the Stud Stable taking.
You stupid dog.
That was for the viewers. You know that shit.
I swear he's retarded. I just come from the bar and sat back down, and y'all just started laughing, and then I read the screen. Is the Stud Stable taking apps?
I've been around the corner, the motherfucker hitting bad. I gotta do something.
The Stud Stable, baby. But like I said, man, Harlem Heat, man.
What is this Stable? What is this about? Am I automatically a member?
No, we were discussing.
I'm just saying, am I automatically a member?
No, we were discussing Colonel Rob Parker's tag team, the Stud Stable. One of the teams Harlem Heat beef with early on their rise to 10 world tag team titles, man. Harlem Heat, y'all, legends in the game. Any other thoughts, feelings on Harlem Heat?
Noticed after a while he stopped doing the Harlem Hangover. You never notice that?
Yeah,
I don't know if he hurt himself doing it or hurt somebody doing it, but I know they did it, and that was their finishing thing for a long time, and then all of a sudden they didn't do it no more.
I know it.
He started doing something else.
It's similar to how Scott Steiner quit doing the Frankensteiner.
Yeah, well, I think it's because his back.
Well, with Scott, it was like all the juice he added. You know, like I alluded to earlier. You know, they came back to WCW in '96. Not too long after that, Scott got hurt, and Scott was never no small fry. Don't get me wrong, but when he came back off that injury, that was basically the start of what became Big Papa Pump.
Yeah,
like,
cut up.
I'll never forget that Monday Nitro. Like when Scott Steiner first came back, I'm like, what the fuck is he on?
Yeah.
Like he must have dipped in like the Ultimate Warrior's old rig stash. He must have found it. I mean, both of them were put together, man. And like I said, even though Rick was the older one, Scott was like always super built. But yeah, man, it did. I hated how they quit doing the Harlem Hangover because when you talk about double team finishing moves, that's the all-time favorite. That ranks up there with Road Warriors and the Doomsday Device. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think they changed it to where Stevie Ray would catch the guy off the ropes and they would set up like the kind of like that sidewalk slant. He would and then pick the guy up and then Booker would come off the ropes and hit him with that scissor kick. Well, the one to the face. And then he eventually developed the one where the guy bends over and Booker comes off the ropes and because, like I said, Booker was the more athletic of them. And neither one of them was no small dude. Booker's 6'2", like 255, 260. Stevie Ray's like 6'4", 6'5". I know at times he maxed out at 270, 275 as far as his in-ring weight. So no small fries on either part, man. But Harlem Heat as a tag team definitely got it done. And once again, all-time leader in WCW title reigns with 10 secured title reigns. All right. Bang. Harlem Heat, y'all. Once again, Monday Night Mayhem, bringing y'all the business, bringing you the goods. You know what I'm saying? Trying to brighten your day a little bit. You know, take you down a little roll down memory lane as we research and replay and discuss and make fun of the 80s, 90s wrestling heyday. Jay Wolf, it's all right with you. We got time for one more.
Yeah, man. I say we go into one more, and then we can wrap it, and we can always go to volume 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
That's right.
That's how we decide to do the shit.
That's right, because the mixtapes, we're gonna keep dropping them, y'all. We're gonna keep dropping these mixtapes. The mixtapes that y'all love to hear, watch, listen, view, repeat, subscribe, all that. Monday Night Mayhem, Blurred Minds Media, you know what it is. Since the first two, because we reiterate, we don't like to play favorites. So since the first two were basically WCW staples, you know, I want to go to a WWF/WWE legendary tag team. Okay, Edge, Christian. Let's do it, man. There they go.
These fellas?
Those fellas who reek of awesomeness.
But I feel like if you say these two, which I love dearly, you're gonna have to put in Jeff and Matt.
Jeff and Matt. Okay, my list tonight was those two: Edge and Christian, Jeff and Matt, and the Dudley Boys. But we were pressed. We were pressed for time, and plus, you know, I gotta watch Jay Wolf's Titans get slapped by the Bill. The point of matter.
That's what you think.
You know, me and Uncle Eugene, we'll come back for volume 3. We're gonna feel disrespected because you gonna put us in volume 3 and not in volume 2 because it's Dudley's. As Dudley's, we gonna feel disrespected.
Okay, but let's put it like this though. Volume 3 though, you know, say the best for last. Look at it like that. Flip side of that coin. That's all I'm saying. You know, time constraint.
This picture right here looks like these two cats have some bunk weed.
some bunkweed.
But they feel like it's really good weed.
So they got some of that Heisman weed, some of that Reggie Bush.
They're like, bro, I spent $10 and I'm fucked up.
Knowing it's that shit you get right there on the border of Mexico from Lil Lupe. This is like 200.
They look like the stupid motherfuckers that get addicted to vapor smoking and never smoked a cigarette. Like, bitch, who raised you?
All right, yo. We gonna dip into this last segment and before the Edge and Christian WWF/WWE legendary tag team. Very deep and long story history / rivalry / resume. I'm gonna dip into the early years real quick because, like I said, it was some interesting homework getting done on all this. Started off in the early ICW promotion. They were a tag team that originally they hailed from Canada. When I found their original billing names before becoming Edge and Christian, oh wow, this is hilarious. Check this one out. At the time, Edge billed himself as Sexton Hardcastle. Now, if that ain't a fucking porn name.
What the fuck? Run that back! Run that back! What's his name? Hardcock. What did you say?
Sexton Hardcastle.
Oh, yeah. You know where he was working at. The stud
table. Yeah, there you go. Exactly. Okay, so
J-Wall, I'm using that name in the bar the next time we go. The next woman asks me, "What's your name?" Sexton Hardcastle.
It sounds like a B movie James Bond.
I might do it in a British accent.
Like if some cheap network like CW or Sci-Fi Channel had a Bond show, get Sexton Hardcastle, Lord. But and Christian, he built himself as Christian Cage. All right, they actually had several names as a tag team initially. I definitely remember them when they were built as the Suicide Blondes. Being an NXS fan, it's one of my favorite NXS songs. More homework for you fucking kids to do. I digress from my point.
Suicide Blonde.
Thank you.
All this shit links together.
Yes.
Sexton Hardcock from the Stud Stable. It was the direct fucking result of some Suicide Blondes. This is meant to be. This is a whole fucked up romance novel.
Oh, how come I did not read this in the Behold the Pale Horse?
I swear, y'all, like y'all are all just y'all so
Unfortunately, the headers alone in this show makes us look real fucking homoerotic. They might just need to scratch this whole fucking show. Whole show is fucking deleted.
Will y'all watch the playback of this?
The thing of it is,
I don't know if J-Wall caught it.
All we doing is putting it together. We didn't even have to be fucking geniuses to put all the shit together and make it funny. It's funny just with you saying it.
I mean, it's Sexton Hardcastle at the Stud
Stable. It's funny with just you saying it. We didn't have to put it together. Everybody that watches this shit is gonna be like, "Damn, they right. That is some funny shit."
So you got Sexton Hardcastle and Christian Cage.
Hey, the only one that seen it was J-Wall. Walkie.
He can't even speak.
Yeah,
so he can't even talk.
Hey, all you motherfuckers have to watch the playback. Y'all didn't even catch it. J-Wall's probably the only one that caught it.
I caught it, and I caught it way late because you seen how I camed it up. I tried to cam it up. Boy, I was trying to put you on solo, and I was a day late, dollar short.
See, you know what? Done with y'all, man. All right.
Don't you worry. After you watch the playback, you're gonna be calling Irk Sexton's Hard Castle.
What the fuck?
As a damn shame.
Don't you worry. Just watch the playback.
You're gonna watch the playback and be like, Sexton Hardcastle was caught at the stud stable in Christian Cage's cage.
Lord.
We're off the rails, goddammit. We're off the rails.
Man, totally off the rail. All right, I'm gonna try to get us back on track. So, flash forward, June '98, Monday Night Raw. They make their debut, and it was kind of trickled, if you will. They eventually clicked up with Gangrel. If y'all remember Gangrel, career mid jobber, with his vampire, and
Wacky vampire right before Twilight hit the scene.
Exactly.
Up in shirts.
After Twilight, Gangrel looked like a fucking gangster.
Like he looked like a really bad stunt double from Interview with a Vampire.
Man. Hey, when Triple H first came out, he looked like that too.
Hey, he did too, didn't he?
Yeah.
No.
Hey, matter of fact, you know what Gangrel looked like? You know how you see identical twins, and one of them kind of look like something, and the other one is like, oh, you got all the bad parts. You can tell they supposed to look alike, but there's always that ugly one. Gangrel is Mr. Perfect's ugly twin.
That's fucked up. Shout out to Mr. Perfect.
Twins, they identical, but they ain't, because you like that twin. I would hit that bitch, and that bitch, you went from double mint twins to fucking juicy fruit, bitch. What the fuck is on your face?
Why in the fuck every time we have a wrestling show, that motherfucker's name is always coming up?
Who?
Mr. fucking Perfect.
Because
he's the greatest heel ever. Everybody hates him, except
Me
for
and Apocalypse have had this conversation before. We agree. We hate that motherfucker.
I love it.
Hey, I never liked him because I was always like they called him Mr. Perfect, but he was, to me, he was less than perfect. He wasn't really big.
You met him for real, Eugene?
Yeah, I met him for
here
real.
we go. Hey, exclusive.
So-
We've always
so
talked
tell
about
me-
Mr. Perfect. So, Eugene, lay him out in real life.
Real life, you'd have hung out with him. He was cool as shit. For real.
Well, shit.
And that's just it. He was cool as shit. Nothing like his heel personality. Nothing like it.
Oh, then that's all right then. That's good. Because his character personality was crap.
I'll tell you who was crap, though, as a real person was fucking Randy Savage. He was crap. Real person.
I can believe that.
Earth's guy.
I met that dude, Jim the Anvil Nightheart, down there at Denny's on Eastern Parkway. He was a cool ass dude.
Jim the Anvil?
He had Jim the Anvil. I met him down there one night. I was down there eating breakfast about 4:30 in the morning on one of my little moves and shit. He was a good dude, man. He had his attitude was real nice, man.
You met him a different Jim the Anvil than we met, man.
I mean, to me, he was a lot smaller than what I thought. When I stood up, I was like,
JD,
damn, dude, you ain't no bigger than me.
JD, was he in character or out of character at the time?
I mean, I don't know they just did a show here in the city. And I didn't recognize nobody that came in the restaurant with him. And at the time, me and Apocalypse watched wrestling every Monday night, Thursday night, and Saturday, whenever it was on. And I didn't recognize nobody that came in the restaurant with him. And he you know what I'm saying? He didn't shy away from the fans. He was cool as fuck that day. But like I said, they look big on TV. Jim the Animal Nightheart is probably my size, but he
But he
ain't got
wasn't in
no.
Nightheart
He
mode,
about my
was he?
height. You know what I'm saying? And if I was all muscle, well, he wasn't all muscle, and hell, neither was I. But we was probably about the same damn size. So I guess maybe he thought maybe I might want to be nice to this big motherfucker. My back wasn't hurt then. I was still able to turn you upside down, and drop you on your damn head.
Oh,
So, but he was cool, man. I liked him.
That's what's up.
Not all them dudes is like that, man. Not all them wrestlers you meet, not all of any star that's on TV is like that. You know what I'm saying? I've had people mention rappers that they've met and they was like, that motherfucker's a straight ass. It is what it is.
It is what it is.
All right, so we're gonna go around. We're gonna go around the panel real quick, and I'm gonna ask each and every single one of y'all.
Okay.
If you had one wrestler that you can like have a beer with, smoke a blunt with, who would it be?
Apocalypse can't say Undertaker.
Damn.
Because I know why JD said it. He knows that's my answer to everything. Like Undertaker. Okay, because he knows me like that.
I know you, and if you could have a beer, if you could have a beer with the Undertaker, it would turn into a half gallon of Tanqueray and Sprite, and y'all would wind up at the stud stable kicking it with motherfucking Christian. What's his name? What was
Sexton Hardcastle and
Sexton Hardcastle and Christian's Cage. So no, and then you wake up the next day and call me talking about, bro, I don't know what the fuck happened.
Okay, so okay,
I'll wake up with a crucifix in your ass is what he's saying.
Okay, so outside of the Undertaker, it would definitely be Ric Flair, no doubt. Like no second thought.
That's a good choice. They're a good choice.
I mean, he's the originator of all that party and rock star shit. So I'm gonna run with the OG, especially since Jay.
If I gotta choose one, it's gonna be one person. Okay, so I'm gonna say Dusty Rhodes, and if I got an alternative, it would be Macho Man.
Okay. Who's next? Uncle Eugene.
And as Irk laid it out, you can have an alternate.
Okay.
It's gonna be hard for Uncle Eugene because can't none of them motherfuckers out drinking. They can't drink more beer than he can. So
and plus, Uncle Eugene probably done drank with half of
exactly. He need to pick at least 10 so that somebody be standing when he's done drinking.
I got a perfect one then for Eugene. I'll just throw it out there. Andre.
Oh, hell no.
That's how Jim Duggan used to drink.
Man.
I'm like you, Dusty Rhodes. And other than that, I could probably think of like 20 other ones. But wow.
Give us one more. Give us at least one more. Said Dusty.
Wow. I don't know. Let me think.
I'm actually surprised you didn't say Flair.
Well, I like Flair, but he ain't that. He don't do it for me like that.
Okay.
Hey, real talk.
What?
I'm not bullshitting. The dude I work with now, he collects like baseball cards and shit. This motherfucker has a Ric Flair robe signed by Ric Flair. I've seen it.
Hell no.
Holy shit. We gotta get that guy
Why
on the show.
have we not stole it yet?
We gotta at least get him on the show. For real.
I'm trying to get him to like me enough to get in that house. Believe that. He's got a Michael Jordan
damn
rookie card
shame.
with my name on it.
So
That is a damn shame. And
we all should.
we're doing this under Blurred
plan.
Minds Media, and that's a damn shame. No sooner than Jay Wall got all them words out of his mouth about that road, every one of us thought, when is we gonna get with this dude so we can steal that motherfucking road?
So
We
live.
gotta change this shit to Blurred Minds Crime Family.
Believe me, the minds are blurred to be damned with this shit over here. Because we all had the same thought. We
We've
is gonna
already
rob
decided he
the
doesn't
shit out
deserve
of
it.
him. No, we gonna rob the shit out of him for that role.
We've decided he doesn't deserve it.
And the funny
would
thing
like-
is, he's got a price tag on it, and not a goddamn one of us heathens thought about how much. We thought, how can we get it for the free?
Right.
Mick Foley.
That's
There
a
you
damn
go.
shame that
There you
live
go. Got it.
we're
Hey.
playing a
You hear
robber.
what? You hear
If he
what I
watches
said?
this show, if he watches this show, I'm telling you now, I'm snitching on all y'all.
Hey,
Fucking
Jay
rat,
Wall.
motherfucker.
Jay Wall. Jay Wall, if he has a wife and or a girlfriend, I have a great way of getting that role from him.
Guarantee you do. Should I solo you or no, you know? I'm.
Oh, so now you want a stud stable application.
Oh shit!
Fuck all y'all in the stud stable for real.
I would like to say I would have a beer with Ric Flair, but I
Okay.
know I'd be lying because I know me and Rick, we gonna get high, and we gonna be in Cancun some fucking word for 3-4 fucking days, and I'm gonna lose track of time. So I don't think it's wise that I fuck with Rick because ain't no telling what type of drugs we gonna do.
You be calling me to come pick your ass up.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
JD and Ric Flair gonna wake
Get
up
in the
on
truck
a
breathing
motherfucking
hard
beach.
like, Lord, take me home. I'm dead, huh?
JD and Ric Flair gonna wake up alone on a beach in Cancun on a resort and swear to God they in the motherfucking movie Castaway. They're like, how do we get here? Like, turn around, the resort's behind you.
But I bet we won't be hugged up like we in the stud stable.
See?
No. Ric Flair kill a motherfucker try to touch him. He's all pussy all the time.
Hell
No,
yeah.
if I had to drink a beer with a motherfucker, I believe I drank a beer with Stone Cold.
Oh, fuck's sake.
Mick Foley.
I didn't like him when he first
Yeah.
came out with that gay ass look he had, but once he went bald and decided that he wanted to cuss everybody and drink beer live on TV, I was like, that's my dude. He's all motherfucking right. Because he just don't give a fuck.
And I tell you what, because I got hip to Stone Cold, bald, wearing the leather cut, shit talking, beer drinking, Hellraiser. I was like, this motherfucker's like every man in my family. But when I went back in time and I saw a picture of him with the long blonde hair, stunning Steve Austin, I was like, I would never, ever be a fan of this chump. Like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah. As stunning Steve Austin, he got beat up.
I got my other guy.
Oh, shit, here we go.
I got my other guy. You ready?
You ready?
Terry Funk.
Whoa.
Terry Funk looked like he drank Thunderbird under a bridge.
Yeah. I don't know. I see a couple serial murders behind Terry Funk. I can't.
Exactly.
I mean, I ain't all right in the head. I'm about half lunatic too. But yeah, I see a couple of murders behind Terry Funk. He crazy.
That's why I like
Terry Funk was an old, wild, just dirty man. Yeah. Drinking with Terry Funk, that's not even gonna be any beer. That's gonna be an all liquor night.
Yeah, I know.
You know what used to fuck me up when I would see Terry Funk and Scorpio as the tag team?
Right.
I would look at it like Terry Funk done said the N-word and he ain't trying to get canceled.
Yeah.
How else you match these motherfuckers together?
Exactly. Because I mean it's Terry Funk, like old, dirty Southern white guy. Okay. And whether it's Scorpio, I mean, the fact that Terry Funk teamed with anybody black, like that's awesome head scratching shit. You know, whether it was Too Cold Scorpio or
they had an old black and white video of Terry Funk coming off the top road at a Klan rally, and they're like, "Brother, we got to clean this up."
That's right. Man, we have so got off the rail. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna save Edge and Christian.
Wait, I didn't get to say what wrestler I'm drinking with.
Oh, go ahead, Jay Wall, my man.
Because I got a bone to pick with this motherfucker. Actually, this wrestler owes me a drink.
Oh,
I'm
shit.
gonna take you back. I'm about 6, maybe 7 years old.
Oh.
I'm into wrestling. My daddy and his buddies, they on the juice back then, so they look like wrestlers. Every dude that came in my house looked like he would just break a motherfucker in half at the stud stable for $50.
Damn.
So I was used to being around yoked motherfuckers, and I feel like, I'm safe around these big-ass, muscle-bound, alcoholic rednecks, So we go to wrestling. We sitting there. I think we had Heritage Hall. It ain't even Rupp Arena. We front row. Somehow we randomly got some good seats. Papa Shango walks out.
Oh yeah.
My dad's homie starts talking mad shit when he gets close to us. So much shit that Papa Shango turns, looks at us, and blows some dust in our faces. Let me tell you, my friends, I almost shit my pants. I was scared to death. I thought I was on a voodoo trance. He's got a little fucking doll of me sticking needles in me now. Like, I'm fucked. My life is over, and I ain't even 8 years old yet. This is ridiculous. And I'm looking at my dad's buddy like, you fucked us all up. Like, you had to talk that shit, didn't you? You just had to do it. I was scared forever. And the funny thing was, I didn't even realize that was Papa Shango until The Godfather come out. And I was like, this motherfucker right here. So, Papa Shango, if somehow you catch us in the ether one day, you owe me a beer, motherfucker. Scared the shit out of me.
Oh, life is great, man. I swear.
That's a hell of a story, J. Wall, for real.
Great story.
I'm talking, he had me shook. I was a halfway crook.
All right, y'all. We got off the rail hard. We're going to save Edge and Christian, Hardy Boys, and the Dudley Boys for Mixtape Tag Team Volume 3. All right. So we're going to go ahead. Go ahead, J. Wall.
Take us to a commercial, and then Apocalypse can wrap it up. I love directing these motherfuckers. Y'all just live. This is a wonderful situation.
You know how
Blood Minds Media, people, please subscribe. Hit the link, subscribe, get on the team, irk the nerve. We appreciate you coming through because we don't never know when we're gonna see you no more.
Exactly.
God damn, I'm starting to. I'm putting together a rescue team to come to Lexington and get you, baby. Don't worry about it. I'm gonna come get you.
I
tell you this much about Irk. If you go back and watch this live, you'll see little glimmers of why we don't know when we gonna see Irk or not. And I ain't mad at it.
I got to go back and watch the whole damn motherfucking shit so I can see what the hell happened. But I
feel like we've had flashes of future shows throughout the whole show.
Right.
Make sure you save the timestamp.
Timestamp, fucker.
What's the timestamp?
Hey, you better find out. You're gonna stamp the time that you love this video the most, and trust me, it ain't when we talking about the stud goddamn stallion.
Y'all are out of control.
Damn! What you do?
Yeah, but I'm gonna go ahead and hit us with a commercial. See, a lot of these shows like to give you the ad reads at the beginning and the middle to fuck up your viewership. We got you laughing just at the end of the show. Just ride with us one time. Support a good brother, our friend, Mr. Somebody's blood cousin himself, Adrian Richardson, Peacock Collection. Check it out on Instagram, everywhere you can find it. We're gonna show you. This is our real deal Blurred Minds Media official sponsor. So check them out. If your foot game looking like you walk on motherfucking goddamn hot coals for a living, then our guy got something for you right here. So check them out one time.
There it is.
And
Y'all
from
see it.
what the man who crafted that video has told people in the past, if you see that barcode pop up on there, you can freeze the video, click it with your phone, and go directly to get yourself a new pair of shoes that look better than everything in your goddamn closet.
All right, y'all heard
Everything.
Y'all heard my
Wrap
man
it up,
Jay Wall. Y'all heard my man Jay Wall. Check out the brother Adrian Richardson in the Peacock Collection. Hit him on the gram. You already know what's good. I guess I'll apologize for us getting off the rail toward the end and discussing Edge and Christian. Yet, I mean, I don't know if I should really even apologize because this is Blurred Minds.
I was about to say you playing. You don't give a fuck. Don't tell them.
This is Blurred Minds Media. Okay. Once again, we thank anyone who's catching the views. Definitely appreciate the replay value. Like we said before, Blurred Minds Media. Type it in YouTube. Like, subscribe, comment, watch, view, chime in. We will return Monday night once again, 7:30, 8 o'clock, right around that time. Tag Team Edition, Mixtape Volume 3. We not done, y'all. We got more joints to drop, okay? In the meantime, in between time, let me remind everybody, Shop Talk Sports. Another Blurred Minds Media venture, Shop Talk Sports. This Sunday, hopefully running every Sunday, same time, 8 p.m. Weekly roundup of the big sports events of the week, focusing on probably a lot of more NFL, college, football, and other assorted variety things in the sports world is going on. So check that out, Shop Talk Sports, Sunday, 8 p.m., Monday Night Mayhem, Tag Team Mixtape Volume 3 will drop this upcoming Monday, 6 days in a wake up. All right. In the meantime, between time, Jay Wall, Uncle Eugene, Mr. Earp, somebody, Master of the Boards, and of course, my man JD. Always good to see everybody in the building. Hope everybody has a good week. And until Sunday night, Shop Talk Sports, this is Blurred Minds Media. Check us out. We are out. One.
Yeah, man. And we're going to let y'all ride out to some tunes real quick from my guy, Ace Illa.
Ace Illa, what's good?
It's Illa. Hey, let's go. Hi, bitch. I see you in the same fucking spot since I said bye, bitch. Woo, you looking at a motherfucker like you wish I died, bitch. True, they say that shit, but a nigga ain't even lying, bitch. Ooh, roll that motherfucker blunt, I'm trying to get high, shit. Ooh, that's that drop on the beat, let me spit this fire, shit. Cool, you got a 16 under me, let's do it live, kid. Ooh.
Y'all seen my man Ace Illa representing Chi-Town to the fullest. So everyone
hit him up. Ill's World Podcast, YouTube. He's been on a little hiatus, but he's got plenty of original music on there. Ace Ill Productions on YouTube, when you can find the hottest beats. My friend will definitely work with you. He'll put them motherfucking 16s on blast. Look him up. That's the original sound for anything Blurred Minds Media does in the future.
Y'all heard my man Jay Wall. Shout out to Ace Ill, putting it down. Chi-Town's finest once again, helping giving a push with Blurred Minds Media, clicking up with my man Adrian Richardson in the Peacock Collection. I'm trying to make this a conglomerate, y'all. All right. So until Shop Talk Sports this upcoming Sunday, and until Monday Night Mayhem next Monday, Tag Team Mixtape Volume 3. It's your man Chris, aka Apocalypse. Throwing it up. Signing off. J Wall, about to watch your Titans get slapped. Bills Mafia, baby.
Roosters bet coming up. We out of here.
All right, one.
One.